Next victim!
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, like butter. Woo!
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming back to another video. This is actually our fourth day down in Tennessee, or fifth, actually. Fifth day. No, fourth. So, sorry. We had a lot of days down there. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. We had a great group of guys. Justin, who is just up here a little bit in the video, also on the gas. You can see this is his channel right there, Motohead Brap. Please go over there and check out his channel. He's got a lot of great videos of this area, of all those guys riding. This is a Tina, I think it's name. I think that's how you're pronouncing it, but this is just a fantastic area. As you can see right here, Jason tried to make a pass and it was just a little slick and he couldn't get up this hill, but that's very rare for Jason to make a mistake like that. He's a very good rider. But this again was just awesome trail, and I can't thank the locals enough that helped us out throughout the entire week. They know who they are. Justin was the main one. He kind of organized everything, got me set up with Drew and John, and then got this ride set up. You can only ride here with a member, and he got a member to guide us. Yeah, it was just a wonderful adventure. You can see the rocks and how high we are up. It's just amazing.
This is awesome.
Now, during this video, I kind of want to talk about how this bike has treated me. I now have over 120 hours on a 19 gas XC300 with no issues. I've had one piston in it, and that was replaced before it didn't blow up or anything. I just replaced it at the 100 hours. And just regular maintenance, 2 sets of clutches, whole clutch kits. And with these gases, you can actually go back, and I believe it's the 08 XCs are the same clutch plates. Now you have to get the new updated clutch springs. The springs aren't the same, but the plates and the fibers are the same. So I just go find cheap kits for older gases. Again, changed out before they ever were worn out. Look at this. This is just amazing right here. We stopped at multiple places with overlooks like this. That's our guide. So it's just awesome. But yeah, no problems with the gas. The KYB suspension's been fantastic. I'm lucky enough to be able, well, of course now with the COVID-19, who knows, but I was lucky enough to be able to get new bikes every year. And right now, even if it wasn't for the COVID-19, I would be sticking with this bike. It's been absolutely fantastic for me. Getting parts is no issue. Continuing to get parts is no issue. Another company is continuing to make it. It's been a bulletproof bike so far. It's been awesome. And even the starter, I've had 0 issues with this motorcycle. I couldn't recommend it enough. And for what, $8,300 out the door? Shoot, can't beat that. 300 with KYB suspension, steel frame. It's kind of like the 17, an older KTM frame, mixed with Kabaya suspension and a really good enduro motor. I've got the Slavens S3 head on here with I think AAA high compression head on it, so that's the highest you can get. I run a mix of 110 and Ret gas, and it is phenomenal, this motor. Maybe not the best on a motocross, but hardly ever ride motocross, and in the woods it's absolutely a pleasure to ride. You can see here, there's Justin right there. He got just like I did, a little crossed up right there. He's on actually a 18 gas XC250, and he says the same thing. Has had absolutely no issues in keeping the bike. So I really love the bike. The only thing I kind of wish is I was able to get a good set of wheels a little bit cheaper than like 1,000 to 1,500 bucks. I miss being able to get the Tusk wheels. I had those for all my Yamahas and I loved them. I think the Tusk Impact. It's crazy. The whole time we were down there, we never saw a single whoop. Like Michigan is, we have tons of sand whoops and whoops in general in our trails, and these guys have none. Just it's all beautiful single track, just ribbons of good dirt. Now it was slick. It did rain a little bit that morning. The morning we started out here, so it was kind of slick. I ran a Tusk, that Tusk rear tire, that hard enduro tire they have, or dual tire, and it performed okay. It really clogged up with mud, but in the rocks and over logs and climbing hills, it was pretty good. Today, this day was a little bit faster, so I don't know, maybe next year I'll just kind of go with the Dunlop 3. I'm running an MX33, I think, on the front, or MX3, I forget what they call their soft tire. Lots of UTVs out here. Oh no, I did have one problem with this gas. I take that back. The stock clutch cover is a little flimsy, and I was doing some, we were riding on rocks, and I punched the stock brake pedal through the side. The side case is kind of flimsy, but Polysport makes a cover for it. And I fixed the stock one, but I'm a welder, so I just welded it, the crack. And it didn't crack so much. It was leaking a little oil, but not so much where I couldn't get out of the woods or anything like that. And the stock Kickstarter kind of wore out. It was just made out of really soft metal. And again, I had to make a little adjustments on that to keep using it. I just tapped it and put a hardened screw in where it met. So it's a really hard surface meeting a really hard surface, not a hard surface against aluminum. And that seems to be working just fine. And you can buy aftermarket Kickstart levers. Again, other than starting cold, that's the only time I use the Kickstart on this bike. Just to save kind of the starter motor, I always start it when it's cold instead of putting the force on it on a cold start with a lithium battery and whatnot. Now, Justin, who does have that the 18 XC250, he mentioned that he got a battery, and that thing really cranks it over. So I forgot to get all the info on him. I think he said it had 210 amps of cranking power, so it really spun it fast, cold or hot. Excuse the dogs. The scenery down here is just breathtaking. You're always kind of, especially when you get up in the top here, you're always just looking over these huge overlooks. And again, without the help from the locals down here, we wouldn't have had the week we had. This was a great trip, and I got crazy lucky. Like with this COVID-19, is I took a week off from work, so I was out of work the week before anything happened, and then when everything hit the fan, since I had traveled over 500 miles, I had to stay home from work for 3 days. and then they had at the end of last week they had another scare, so they closed work. So I pretty much got super lucky where I've been on isolation or pretty much distancing for the last going on 3 weeks now with this trip, and then it lined up just right and very lucky. So this trip was the best trip in a lot of ways. It kept me distance from everybody. And then it allowed me, when I got back, not to have to go to work right away. And then now today they just announced that my state, Michigan, is on lockdown. So thank goodness. The hobby we all loved keeps us out in the woods, and you're not close to people when you're out there. So I guess we can still get out and ride as long as we stay away from each other, 6 feet on brakes. So pretty cool. Real thankful for this whole thing. And I want to say again, thank you so much to the locals. You guys know who you are. Justin, Drew, John. Poor John even got hurt taking us out. Just thanks so much, guys. It's really appreciated from all us here in Michigan. Thanks.